Hey, if you want to spur new muscle growth, try this cluster training that will get your gains to a whole nother level. All right, so check this out. Cluster training is not some, I would say, new thing that's come out. It's been around for a while. Matter of fact, in Supertraining, Mel Siff talks about, two types of, I would say, cluster training. You have extensive and intensive. Extensive is pretty much you're going to take about a 4 to 6 rep max, and you're going to do those reps, whether it's singles or doubles, and take about 10 seconds break in between. So pretty much the goal is to use heavier loads and take those mini breaks in between so that the form doesn't deteriorate, doesn't break down, right? And then we have intensive, where we're going to do same thing. We're going to take 4 to 6 reps, but we're going to use about, 80 to 90, 75 to 90% of 1 rep max, but have longer breaks, like 20-second breaks in between the reps. So I might do a single, rest for 20 seconds, single, rest for 20 seconds, do that 4 times. Right, so that would be intensive, we're working on strength. But when we're trying to build muscle, we're gonna do extensive clusters, right? And here's the thing, like there's just tons of different ways that you can do it and different exercises you can use, usually compound lift. And again, we're gonna be using something around like a 5 rep max, like 80% of load, and just trying to get more reps than we could in one straight set. So I'm gonna use, for example, I'll say weighted chin-ups here and do like a 4-3-2. Right? Or a 4-3-3 would get me to a 10. So that would be a different example, right? We're using a little bit more volume with a shorter rest break. So I'm gonna put this weight vest on here because I wanna show you guys different examples and then also give examples of, for example, a front squat or on bench press, things like that. All right, so I'm gonna go and punch it up. By the way, you're gonna be about a couple of reps away from failure on this, right? I would even say 2 to 3. And that's why you take that cluster so you can do it well. So I'm gonna jump up here. I'm gonna count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't do it again. 10 seconds countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that blew 1 cluster set. 4, 3, 3. I got a total of 10. A great recommendation for the whole training session is about 25 to 30 reps. Now, I did this with a weighted pull-up. So if I was gonna do a dip, same thing. I'd be doing not high reps, but you can see that I'm getting a total of 10 in a cluster. But if I was gonna do, for example, a front squat for clusters to build muscle, I do a 2-2-2, right? So I do 2 reps, rest for 15 seconds, like 2 reps with about 80% of load. Rest 15 seconds, do another 2 reps. Rest 15 seconds, do another 2 reps. So a total of 6 reps in that cluster, right? I'd rest full 3 minutes, right? So we wanna have pretty long breaks here. 3 minutes, and then I had to do 4 sets of that for a total of 24 reps, right? Like I said, you wanna be somewhere in that 25 to 30 rep range. I could do a back squat a little bit heavier where I'm doing a 3-2-1. Same thing, 80 to 85% of load. Then I'm gonna do 3 reps, rest for 15 to 20 seconds, 2 reps, and then 1 rep. Again, just remember, extensive, we're keeping breaks shorter, 10 to 15 seconds, right? Extensive, we're doing longer breaks and building strength. But for these specific ones, we wanna do shorter breaks, kind of like you saw me do it. If I'm gonna start getting toasted, I would have probably took a 12-second break, 15-second break, right? The goal is use heavier loads, do not let form deteriorate. Now, the main lift, so if I'm doing a front squat, that's gonna be my primary lift, and I'm gonna start the training session with that. If I'm doing something like a pull-up, that might be my supplement lift, so I can do the clusters after a big lift. Let's say this was a pull day. Maybe I'm doing trap bar deadlifts for 3 sets of 3, 4 sets of 3. And then part of, again, that full body training session, I'm doing clusters with my pull-ups. All right, so that's how you implement these into your next training program and see your gains shoot up. If you've never done this, I promise you, in the next 4 to 8 weeks, you're gonna make some crazy progress. So Make sure you plug it in. And if you want more tips like this to look, feel, and perform like an athlete without the nagging aches and pains, make sure to subscribe to this channel.